marathon number 6. I'm here with Ryan.
Half marathon number 3.
Half marathon number 3 for him.
Mm-hmm.
As you might recall, we were roommates back at Hopkins last summer, summer 16, and he'll hate me for saying this, but he is a mensch, which is a Jewish term for a very nice and good person.
Thank you.
He turned down, was it a paralegal position? An internship?
No,
A paralegal.
Yeah.
At one of the preeminent law firms on Wall Street, whose name we will omit
Thank you.
from the blog, but it's
Why are you doing this?
What are you doing instead?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is good background.
Okay. I am... What am I doing? I'm moving to Ecuador at the end of the month. I'm working as a medical coordinator to work on my medical and my legal Spanish before I go back to school.
He's also, he's applying to law school as well right now, and he's taking the LSAT while he's in Ecuador.
Because I messed up on
Because,
mine. But we...
So typically I don't train all that well for marathons. It's very lackluster. I'll be very motivated for the first few weeks, even the first month, and then after that, it just dies down, any enthusiasm I have. And Ryan, based on what he's told me, is somewhat the same way.
Yeah,
where
very much so.
Yeah.
I run less than 10 times, and every half marathon I've done, I have signed up maybe around a month before the race, and then I'm just oh, I should start running. But even now, I just ran maybe, I would say safely 7 or 8 times in the past month.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and something we both do is rely way too heavily on our talent, because we are just naturally gifted individuals. And this is fine for now. We're both 22, right?
23.
23. And it just won't, it's not going to last us in the long run.
Oh, looks like I'm going to wait until...
So I also suggested that we talk about our respective love lives. But we're not going to delve into that quite yet. Instead, we'll talk about expectations. So one of my goals this year is to qualify for the Boston Marathon, which means running a total overall time of 3:05 with a pace of 7:03, which is very ambitious for this race, even though it is very flat. Instead, I'm aiming to at least PR. My PR at this point was set at the Cape Cod Marathon. It's a 3:13. As for Ryan, he expects to dominate.
Well, I put 1 hour and 38 minutes. When I said my personal time is 1 hour and 29, but I didn't really train as hard. But last time when I did my half marathon, I expected to do 140, and I ended up getting 129. So it's really just gonna be whatever it is. I know it's supposed to rain. That's one of my expectations, that it rains, because I run very well in the rain. And I am hoping to get 135.
First impressions, no. So I also printed out the 36 questions to make you fall in love, which were developed by a sociologist a while ago, and apparently has led to some people getting married. And we're not dating.
No.
I want to clarify that right now.
Me too.
Because there are rumors out there. There are vicious rumors. Not dating, just friends. But we are going to answer those questions with each other after the race. See what happens. Could we come closer? Could learn some damning information that drives us apart. Could be the last time we ever see each other. Let's hope not.
I hope so. Right away from the first day when we were roommates, we went on a run. So I thought that we were going to click right away, and I didn't think you were as annoying as you are.
Yeah.
But this friendship has lasted thus far. So, but you thought that I was super religious.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we took a lift to our first day of our internship, and as we were leaving the car, Ryan said to the driver, "Have a blessed day," which is fine.
Yeah,
it's a typical thing to say. But from that, I took that he was very pious. Which did not turn out to be the case.
No.
Which is fine. To each their own when it comes to religion or lack thereof. Siri, what time does the 2017 nationwide children's insurance... What is it? The 2017 nationwide Children's Memorial Hospital...
No. Noon to 7 p.m.
the next.
And
And
we're
we're
off. Off to Ohio.
What's funny is that I overslept for our last marathon event, and I went so far as to film this very elaborate opening sequence while I was late to pick up Samara and Ryan. So
Yeah, I was kind of like, I was interested in actually seeing what this open sequence looks like, but you haven't done anything like that yet, which is
Yeah.
probably good, but
oh, you'll see.
So update, we are an hour and 30 minutes away. We are in the state of Ohio. Yeah.
On our way to pick up our race bibs. I'm always surprised by how large convention centers are and how high the ceilings are. Okay, so as I said before, the Nationwide Children's Hospital is sponsoring the race, and it seems that at every mile there will be where's the page? A patient champion. They're high-fiving runners, and these patients are suffering from conditions like short bowel syndrome, hypoplastic left heart syndrome, osteogenesis imperfecta, Wilms tumor, traumatic brain injury, Duchenne muscular dystrophy, stage 4 neuroblastoma, all sorts of terrible conditions. And God, it'll be so uplifting, right, to see these kids out there.
Most definitely. Like one patient last year, like watched her dad run the race from the hospital, and then this year she'll be high-fiving. So just like
wow.
within a year, that's
Yeah. We made it!
my racing shoes.
Do that without a whole bunch of support.
9, 8. We need to take 7 seconds per mile off the speed that the current world record was run at.
We're asking the athletes to cover 26.2 miles in 2 hours. That's 4 minutes and 34 seconds.
It's
per mile.
absurd.
This is insanely fast.
We are about 9 hours out from the start of our race. We are watching a National Geographic documentary called Breaking 2,
Trying to watch.
trying to watch about Nike's attempt at breaking the 2-hour barrier for the marathon, and it's incredibly inspiring.
Inspiring. That's one word.
Yeah. So to break the 2-hour mark, you have to run a 4:34 pace for 26.2 straight miles. It's damn near impossible. But who knows, tomorrow we could see it.
Behind the scenes on how you're actually preparing for your marathon.
Yeah. Beer and a bagel.
Yeah. Yeah, but forget what he told you. Like, this is actually how he's preparing.
It is 5 a.m. race morning. I have some apple cinnamon oatmeal that I am chowing down on. Still hot. So we're a mile in. First mile pace, 7 minutes. Nice and slow for now. Gonna slowly pick it up. Crossing the 9-mile mark right now. Holding a nice steady pace between 7:10 and 7:15. On track for a PR right now. Boston in the hunt. About 14 miles in. Pace is slow to about 7:20, 7:25. Slowly but surely, that voice of doubt is creeping up, telling me to stop. That's all I can do to press on. Heard the call of nature. Back in action. Feeling great. No more cramping. About halfway through mile 20 right now. Facing a lot of chest pain, which is really not a good sign. Just had a quick EKG done Nothing serious was found. Heartbeat was a little fast, but we are back in action right now. 5 miles left. We are gonna finish this puppy. Woo! Just hit the 24-mile mark. 2 miles left. Plenty of chest pain. Gonna press on.
1 hour later.
She wants to break up every night. She wants to break up every night. So, wrap up of our race. I finished with a time of 3:35:17, which I believe is my third slowest, fourth fastest. So if you're keeping score at home, I've run 6 marathons. And with this race, I committed the cardinal sin of marathon running, and that is going out way too fast from the start, even though I'm extremely reassured that I could hold a pace in between 7:05 and 7:20 for the first 14 miles of a marathon. What happens afterwards for the last 12 miles, it still remains to be seen. What's maybe the the saddest part about this is that my race in Virginia Beach back in March was under extremely inclement conditions, but I did better at that race than I did today. And maybe it was because of those conditions that made me go a lot slower from the start. But in any case, a huge takeaway from today's race is to stop sinning. Find a way to atone, and I can atone by not going out fast at my next race. But, to make this cliche, at the end of the day, I can be very proud of the fact that I ran a marathon, right? 26.2 miles, like always, I felt like stopping after a little while, but I kept on going. And I think that in itself is a huge accomplishment and clearly something from which I can derive pride. And my plan for the rest of today is just to relax, take a nice long warm shower, have some Chipotle or maybe Qdoba, I'm in the mood for Mexican, and nap for a little while before a 12-hour shift tomorrow. Life is great. Sayonara for now.